YouTube, it's RC Neil here with another build video. This time it's the Bruder road roller soil compactor, the one with the I think it's one of the big drum, as I see the picture on the screen. So today we're going to do a build, part 1 build video. This is going to be a 3-part series. So part 1 we're going to talk about the light system, servo steering installation, and part 2 we're going to talk about the driving system, as in the gearbox we're going to use, and that's going to be from Magum. That's going to be in part 2, and then part 3, this is the final series, or the final part. We're going to talk about the electronics, as in ESCs and the receiver. I'm using, just a quick note though, I'll be using my Fly Sky PL18 radio, so obviously I'm going to have to use Fly Sky receivers, but that's going to be talking about more in the part 3 of this build series. So to subscribe and like the video to stay updated on this build. It's going to be a simple, quick and easy build. Right, let's get started. So here we have the, that's my chair for the noise. Yep, so here we have the road roller. It's already been dismantled. Get this book out of the way. And I've already done some modifications. Let's talk about how I did it, and basically the 3 parts that you're gonna need to get this build underway. So that's it. Let's get these out of the way. It's already been dismantled. These are just the soil compactor bits, and this is the drum. What I did with the drum was I've used Loctite hot glue sticks to pre-seal this drum, and as you can see inside, I'm going to turn the light on, so it's already sealed. And then I might fill this, I'm going to fill this with weights. So what it does, it goes like that. And then I'm going to fill it all the way around with weights, and then in the middle I might just place sand in it and just stuff it, reseal this again with glue, and that should give a good weight. And that one, put that all the way. And this, if we're gonna need this, it's just the roller goes. This as well. I'm not sure I'm gonna be using this bit on it. I might not. I might put a linear actuator here, but I'm not sure. This goes like this. So it sits like this. Oops, yeah, not sure if I might use it, because I've already got the bulldozer, the D11 bulldozer, which if I need to do pushing stuff like that, I can use that one. That's the back, nothing fancy. Now this is the unit itself. You can see the lights fitted. Something interesting here, I'll talk about that soon. It's rear lights as well, and flashing beacon, and yep. Let's open it up. As you can see inside, I've also bored a hole inside to get the wires through. Remove these wires, and then we're going to talk about specifically what this video is how to set the steering system up, right? Now what I did with the lights, I'll take this out, this is the interior. Let's put Bob's color to sit down and try to show. What I did with the lights was I've just removed, let me get my screwdriver. I've already gone and remove all these clips. So the clips that's inside, you're gonna have to remove. If you can see that one, yep. Oops, there's no focus. Alright, so it's not a focus. The clips that holds the roof in, 4 tabs. You're gonna have to remove those tabs if you're fitting the lights. If you're fitting quality LEDs, you have to remove those tabs, and on the roof itself use trusty Loctite glue sticks, hot glue, stick it back on. I've removed those, and you have to take the glass out as well, the interior out, this glass off. Literally just put the lights in, run the wires all the way down through. I'd recommend using the left rear section where the beacon was. So where the stock beacon was, cut that off, put your beacon in, and then it's going to leave an old it's going to leave a hole here. I'd recommend using that hole for all the lights. And then what I did was just to use 2 heat shrink, out of focus, yep. I've used 2 heat shrinks to sort of cover that wire coming down, so it looks like this. Let's turn the light off. Yeah, so it looks like this coming down. So it looks a bit seamless, so you won't notice it when driving. Just a bit of a cosmetic look. And then these wires, so there's a beacon, and these are the rear lights, and these are the front lights. What I did was inside the black seal, or the black cover, I just bore a hole there to run the lights through, and that's just cover the lights. The lights are pretty simple to install. These lights, I'll put the link in the description for you. These lights, I got these lights off AliExpress, I think £1.89 for the set. And these are off Amazon, I think £16 for the pair. And I think this is off Amazon as well. I think you get 20 quid for 2. At the time Amazon got these on sale, so it might get a little bit cheaper, it might get a bit more. You can buy the purchase them off AliExpress as well, super cheap. And these beacons is controlled, it's plugged straight into your receiver, and a signal wire controls the different flashing modes. For these lights, you will need, they can plug directly in the receiver, but it'll just be constantly on. If you want to turn it on or turn it off, I'll put a link in the description as well. You're going to need one of those switches that you just see on the screen. You're going to need one of those switches to control these lights on and off. And you can put it on any channel, any spare channel that you got on your radio. And that's just the lights. Really simple. Alright, so let's get into the build. Adjust the camera for a better view. So, the switches that I was talking about earlier for the lights, I've got 2 here, so I'm going to use one for the front and one for the back, or I might just use one and split it. But these are the switches. These are between 3 and 5 volts, plugged directly into your receiver. Does not need any external battery connector, so it plugs into your receiver and this plugs into your light, and that's it. I might do a demonstration before in this video with a different light bulb, just to show you how the switch works. It's really easy and simple, and small as well, and low heat, low conductivity heat, does not draw too much out of your receiver, and it reduces all that wire clogging that you can have when doing Bruder conversions. For the roller build, what I suggest to do is to not throw away anything. Once you've dismantled the unit, do not discard anything except for the shovel. If you know you're not going to use a shovel, you can discard this. If you know you're not going to use it, these can be disposed of. We really don't need these. That's no use. But apart from that, everything else on the road roller conversion 2023, 2024 onwards build, do not discard anything, even the stock steering links. You're gonna reuse these, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. Let's get this dismantled. So this, what you're gonna need first is you're gonna need, so I'm gonna do this. You're gonna need you can use a 15, a regular 15 is it 15 kg servo. What is going off. You can use a regular 15 kg servo, 10 kg. For the road roller though, I'd recommend using, send the message, a 25 kg servo. Recommend using a 25 kg servo. Why? Because when this thing is loaded up and the weight goes onto this, you're gonna need that power to be able to pull and push. You're not able to steer this thing. So I'd recommend using a 25 kg servo. This is a plastic geared servo. I think it's 15 and 9 kg. Just for demonstration purposes, I've already ordered a 25 kg servo. Amazon, that should be delivered soon. Meantime, let's take that part back. Release those clips. It's not up. And after you have noticed, I've gone ahead and I've cut the engine off. I know I've done it. I'll show you how I've cut it. Well, I've cut it because what I'm going to do is, in the electronics build, I will explain more, but this is going to be accessible for a battery because I want to keep the engine stuck up as much as possible. Out. Take that off. That's the build. Oops. Let me pause and fix my camera. Alright, let's resume. Okay, so what I did, took it apart and I did a bit of observing, see how best I could reuse the plastic, the black basement, without doing any 3D printing, because most guys or girls doing the builds, if you haven't got a 3D printer, there should be alternatives. So what I did, that's what I did, trying to find an alternative from the 3D printer, and I just basically just reuse the black bit. Now, first thing you need to do is to get your servo, just a regular size servo. What I did was to put mine on the back. Focusing, this is so bad. So in there. So as I put mine on the back, on the bottom of the base, get your Sharpie and mark it out. So you're gonna mark a perfect rectangle, and then you're just gonna cut along that bit. Just cut that square out just to fit the servo face in. Cut this bit off as well. focus here. See, cut that bit off from inside. It's gonna be this bit. Shave that down. Now for the front bit, there is actually a slant, a drop. So there was a drop here, so you're gonna have to cut that off as well to get this bit open up. Then the next stage is the next step I've done was to get your servo pre-fitted. On the back side here, you're gonna have to, if you notice on the servo, right there, that is cut, and on the back there is none on the back of mine, which you can see, but there is none on the back of mine. What that is the servo mounts. You're gonna have to shave the front bit of the servo mount into like a triangle, like what that looks like. So there you go. So you're gonna have to shave this bit into a triangle, a bit like this. Use this tiny screw to screw it through into the base of this, where I think where the joint goes. It's a small screw. Screw. Focus is so bad. See, just a small screw there. Then in this focus, lock. And at the back of a servo, if you notice, the servo turns. The servo turns, I would say, backwards. Where the servo arm is, the arm or the motor bit goes towards the back of the unit. So it goes towards the rear of the unit like this. So that's how your servo should look. So turn. If you turn the servo like this, as in if you turn it around, it's not gonna work. It's gonna be a lot too near when you put the arms on, and the linkage is gonna be too near, so it's gonna protrude too far out, and this won't be able to mount. So you turn it towards the back, and then once it turns towards the back, on this bit of the servo, this bit here, you're gonna cut. Yeah, so this bit you're gonna cut about, let me see what it is. I think it's gonna be about a, focus in, about 4 millimeters, 4 mils. So in other words, where's my Sharpie? You're gonna need to cut it about here. I think that's 4 mils. Spot on. Yep, spot on. 4 millimeters. So you're gonna cut 4 millimeters across, like that. So it should leave you with something looking like this. All of this bit, all of the front bit of this, you're going to remove that, and that is because you need to push the servo. It's going to cause a bulge. You're going to push the servo all the way backwards. Then on the bottom of their base, once you've cut the first rectangle out, then you're going to measure from the edge and cut another 5 mil. So from the edge here, so from the edge, from this line, come a bit closer. Oh, the light, turn the light off. See? Yeah, so from this, Turn the light back on. From this line, you're gonna measure 5 millimeters, and that's where gonna be your next cut, your final cut. So from here to here should be 5 millimeters, and then the servo fits from here to the rest of it. So 5 mils. Let's measure 5 mils from here, and then cut that off. Slot your servo in. Slot your servo in, and then you're good to go. Once you slot your servo in, that's it. Literally, your servo installation is done. You would need to cut a little hole inside at the back just to get your wire through. But once you've done that, so it's 5 mils here, rectangle. Cut all of this off, and make your triangle look. Make your triangle style. Yeah, it's called your triangle style look. Cut on the back of your servo, and 4 millimeter off on the front of your servo. Let's call it the front for demonstration purposes. Lola, let's call it the front. So the front of your servo, you leave the servo mount brackets. Cut 4 millimeters off that, and shape this one down to your triangular mount. Put your servo in. That's your servo done. Then for the arms or the linkage, you would need to remove on your servo, what's this called again? Oh man, is it servo arm? Yep. Is that the arm? I would call this the arm. I don't remember what it's called. Linkage. Arm. You're going to need to remove this bit. So just cut off the first slot. So just the first hole I need to get rid of on both sides. Under the first hole, cause your linkage here goes in the second hole. As you can see, goes in the second hole. I need to change mine because I've accidentally cut too much. As you can see, starting to open up. Focus. Nope, not gonna focus today. Yep. Is it gonna focus? Yeah, as you can see, mine starts to. Oops. Yeah, mine starts to open up, so I'm gonna have to change this. Once I'm gonna replace. I was gonna replace this linkage. Replace it with this one. Then once that's done, let's get these out the way. The servo is mounted and you've installed your arm. Then you're going to want to talk about your linkage. Now the linkage is a combination of a WPL linkage from my NMD 90 Land Rover, and what I did was to cut the steering linkage off and use the rod ends. Now it is gonna be this, so I'll put a picture on the screen to see what it looks like trolley. But this is basically what I use. The rod ends from my WPL truck, and it's a perfect size. It is the perfect size for inside the roller itself. Now I'll explain to you what these are for, why I have to cut these. But it's the perfect size. If you can get smaller ones, that would be even better. But the WPL ones, these are easier to find. You'll easily find these on Amazon, eBay, AliExpress. Easily find these. And what I did was just to as you can see, use the rod ends and the stud. So you're gonna cut this bit off. So you're gonna cut this bit off. So this is where you're gonna cut. So you're gonna cut the stud off. So you're gonna leave with this bit about an inch. You can see about an inch. You just need those two, this bit. That's all you need. 1 bit screws in the top, or 1 bit screws into the stud, and then you're gonna get your, I think it's 3. It's a 1mm bit. I use, where's the bit that I used? Was it? Where's my kit? Excuse me. So this is the one I used. Is it a millimeter? Yeah, just a 1mm bit. Like if you've got one of these kits, if you're in the UK, you can pick these up in Lidl. I think it's Lidl. It says work zone. Or yes, Lidl. Aldi. If you're in the UK, pick this up at Aldi, not Lidl. Aldi, and it was, I think it was, oh yeah, it was about £7 paid for it, and it comes with the screwdriver as well, and not the screwdriver, sorry, it comes with the manual bit, bit driver, and these as well. So the kit should look like this. You can probably get it off Amazon as well. I'm not sure you can get one similar to this off Amazon. So it looks like that. And what I did was just to drill, just to tap a hole in the middle of both of them, in dead center of that. It's perfect size, 1mm, perfect size. Screw that in, and that was it. My steering link for a road roller is finished. Now the length, the perfect length from the center of the screw or the hole is about 2 inches, literally 2 inches. So to that one, you can see it is literally 2 inches, give and take. You can adjust it as well. Just give and take 2 inches, and that was the perfect length from this servo, from the servo turning backwards to this thing protruding, to the linkage protruding upwards in the road roller. And I'm gonna show you all that done now. Just give me a sec. Oh, before I do that, let me talk about this. Now once you put the servo in, these ends are gonna rub, and they're gonna rub exactly on these 2 spots, literally the same spot it'll rub. Now, what the distance is, it is about 1.5 centimeters from the bottom. We're gonna cut. Let me zoom in a bit. So you're gonna cut 1.5 centimeters from the bottom, and from the top is 1 centimeter from the top. So 1 centimeter from here to here, 1 centimeter, cut the middle off, same as here, 1 centimeter, cut the middle off. So 1 centimeter, cut the middle, 1 centimeter, cut the middle. And it still gives you the option for your cab to clips in while it gives you clearance, and that's just for clearance. At the front as well, you need extra clearance for the linkages, because you need that play. You need that play in case the roller tilts or should articulate. You're gonna need that play as well. Then to put them in, what I did was slant this bad boy. Let's zoom back out. Slant this bad boy. You might have seen this. This is going to be explained in part 2. Slant that bad boy. That one goes like that. And then once it fits in, do not force it. Just turn your servo, one in and one out. Just give it that clearance. You can see, just give it that clearance. Just push one of these, just twist the servo. Just put one of these in and one out, and the servo will twist. It gives that clearance. Then you pop it in. Once you pop it in, then you can then center your servo again. And if you look closely, you'll see the clearance that I was talking about. So that clearance. That is the clearance that you need right there. It's perfect clearance. Once that is out, then you realize that the black bit sits perfectly. It just sits perfect. It's like it was meant to be. And you still get to reuse your gray bits. And yep. What you do then, this bit is a bit fiddly. Fitting these in extremely fiddly. Just need to turn around. It is extremely fiddly. To get this fitting, what I would suggest, which is what I am going to do, is I'm just gonna drill those two out. So where I see I've marked the red, that's where I'm gonna drill. And just put, is it M2? Yep. So I think I'm gonna use the M2. One of these bad boys. Is it way too small? This is M3. Yeah. So I'm just going to drill that out, and you can see the M3 bolts is literally the same size. It is, it's M2 or M3, this one is. So M2, M3, M4, actually it's M4. So it is the same size, literally the same size. So I'm going to drill out. I think this is a millimeter as well. So let's measure that. Yeah. So it's also a 1 mil. It's the same size of 1 mil bit. Because fitting, getting this to fit is extremely fiddly. What you're gonna do, you have to pull one out slightly. Pull one out. Pop that in. That went in smooth. Push that in. Push it all the way in. Make sure that one is up. Push that in. spin that out. Pop that in. I think I put it the wrong way around. This need to come off back. The red. Talk about fiddly. Is that a correct way? No. See what I meant when I said I'm just going to drill that off. And it's a lot stronger as well. Right, so that's in. Then when you're removing it, when you're taking this apart, dismantling it, to get this out, this clip always breaks. Doesn't matter. You can put 2 small screws in it. So just put that in, and that's your linkage, center linkage. Slide that in. Then you can just simply put a tab here, tab here. Get my electric drill. I do have my electric drill, my battery drill. Could choose to use yours, a lot quicker. Put 2 screws in that held on tight, and that's it. That is your road roller steering. It is in firm. You literally don't need to screw this down. It does not need to be bolted down. Why? The chair or the cab base sits on top. So the cab base sits on top like that, and it presses, once the cab is clips in, it presses the servo down, so it acts as a brace for the servo. The servo does not go up or down because it's going to clips in to those 2 clips there, and then there's one here that clips it in, and it sets it really tight. Once you put the cap in. And remember, once you get your lights, if we're going to use lights, then I recommend using left rear section cab for the lights. Run the lights down and bore your old here. Again, left rear section after I'll just call this black thing the base. Once you bore the hole there, then your light can go in through and looks really, really neat. Then to cut this bit off for the battery receivers and AC, why they goes to cut in line just before there is going to be a indentation or a mark. And it will show if I take it up. I have to remove that. But it's gonna show you a line somewhere here. You can just cut along that crease. So there is a crease, and you can cut along the crease with the exhaust. Cut that in off as well. Hot glue it back in because it's not held in by anything. Once it's cut, it's gonna go on loose. Hot glue that back in, and press that back down. yeah, this can be removed as well. Can be removed. So you can actually remove the yellow bit. So you will need to remove the yellow bit as well to get it cut in. And once that's in, just like that. Once this is clipped in, it aligns, everything's aligned. It's not clipped in at the moment. But once it's clipped in, everything is aligned. And there you have it. Your Bruder rotor with the steering mod build. And this is gonna be my easy access. So this bit, this bit goes like this. And come on. So it goes like that. Once it opens up, then I'll be able to remove that. So it opens like this. Where is it? What's happening? See? Once that opens, I'll be able to remove that. Shut my battery in. Chuck it back in. And I'm going to remove these tabs because I don't need it. You don't need these tabs. You can actually cut these off. You don't need it because this is going to be free. Like that. Close it up. Boom. Yeah. Battery wise, I'm going to use a twist lipo. I think I'm going to use twist. Put that there. Or even there. Just let me show you quickly how the steering works. Let's put this back off. So that goes into channel, let's put in channel 1. Let's get my radio. Turn that on. Turn that light off. That's now connected. Battery in. Turn that on. Let's clear away the table first. Turn. Need to reverse steering. That's it. And it is so firm. As you can see, the receiver isn't even, the servo is not even moving. Literally no movements. It is so firm. As in those cuts, so the important bits, once you've done that cut, literally the hour I tell you to do it, it's gonna seat the servo so perfectly strong inside here and firm. You literally won't need to rely much more on like screws or anything like that for mounting. And then the cab sits on it, so the servo the servo is going nowhere. It cannot go from below because that stops it, so it cannot be pushed through, so it's not going anywhere. So and there you have it, guys. That's the end of this build part 1. The Bruder, so compactor or road roller, for in the States. That's the end of part 1. Like, subscribe, please share the video.